We can get inspired by people we admire, but we must not use the same routes they use to achieve what they have achieved. Why? Because there are several roads to the center. The exam marker can spot when people copied each other in an exam hall. And if they probe further, they would find out who copied who amongst the copies. Here is the story. After the announcement of fuel subsidy is gone, I told myself that I would never buy expensive fuel and drive alone. So all I was doing there was every time I'm on my way, I'm always picking people whenever I'm going and coming. So my way coming back from the mainland, coming back from the mainland to the island. So I picked this young man at by the National Theatre at Costain. The spirit led me and said, pick this one. So when I picked him, I just zoomed off. It was just only I and him until I got to the beginning of Ozumba by the way, where I usually pick people who are coming back from work. But on our way going, before we got to law school, we heard a loud noise and it was a tire. And thank God some hefty men were in the car, so we came down and changed the tires. And lo and behold, these guys had gathered, and thank God we were stubborn people and were able to scare them away. In my car, in the dashboard, the pigeonhole, I saw a notepad, and it belongs to the first brother I picked. I flipped it open and saw a flyer of Pastor Tony Rappo, and I laughed. And I went through the text. There's this program we're doing there in House of Freedom. We're doing then about a boot camp for raising some pastors. So I just laughed, but I don't know the young man because I wasn't at that particular boot camp. But I was in a meeting that concerns that boot camp the same week. So I showed that to one of our senior pastors, Pastor Solo, who called another pastor, Pastor Kingsley, and who was able to identify the owner of the pad. And the guy, we saw each other and embraced each other. And when we shared the story, it was wonderful to see that it was the Spirit of God that said, pick this person. And at the end of the day, the person is even a brother so close to the house. It is always good to do things when you are led by the Spirit. The woman at the Ozumba, by the way, told me that those boys actually planted that thing to attack me because I always pick people there and it's affecting their customers. And at times when I come there, I attach them 1,000, 2,000 and say, look, it's free. I'm not charging the people, it's free. But that's the boys of the street. But it's amazing how they wanted to attack me on that day. So, and everybody was like, wow, and imagine if you hadn't picked these brothers. Imagine if you haven't showed that help. And the experience I had then. So my friend tried to do the same thing and got his finger burnt. His two phones were stolen. And this is one of those things we experience in trying to do. But I'm not going to say that it is bad to do. No, it is good to do good. But let's avoid the mindset of, because I've seen people come to give testimony in church and they will leave some money at the altar and everybody just want to do it because that person did it. No, you cannot copy. Fela inspired Wizkid. Fela inspired Burna Boy. But Burna Boy and Wizkid do their music differently from Fela, but you can see a little blend of it. If you want to be extraordinary, try to do it differently. So why copy where you can easily study to get things done with your trademark on it?